All right, we are back and we are live once again. Welcome, my friends, to Waking Up with Wolf Inspirational Global Meditations. Arr, arr, arr. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. My name is Brendan, aka Wolf, Wolf Shield, Mystic Spider Man, Skull Babylon, Captain amongst Captain, Friend amongst Friend. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And there we go. And for being here once again, everyone, thank you so much. If you guys are here live in the chat, go ahead, drop those 1111s. Make sure that I can hear you okay. For those of you on YouTube as well, go ahead and like this video and share it with your friends. For those of you on Facebook as well, if you would like to just be able to leave your comments of gratitude, please feel free to do that at any point. I always go back and read the comments when I get the chance. And we are broadcasting live across all networks, across all channels, so we are ready to go. Beautiful, awesome, all right. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. And for those of you who may be here for the first time, I'll give you a little bit of an introduction in terms of what to be able to expect. For those of you who have been here before, yeah, you guys already know what to be able to do here. So let's just begin just by listening to our body, by moving our body as we're just kind of like getting comfortable. People are still joining in this moment. So the first thing that we do in this broadcast is really just start practicing like dropping into that heart space. That's essentially like what the entire practice is about. But it's also just starting it off just by being able to practice listening to our body. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to start like rolling your shoulders, just adding like a little bit of mindfulness movement, just giving your body like that little bit of attention it needs. And then we're going to move into a little bit of like physical massage. So if you want to just like stretch your arms up into the sky, allow that stretch to just be like incredibly delicious. Have you ever had like those, like that sensation when you like eat something delicious, you're like, oh, that tastes so good. Have you ever had a stretch where you're just like, oh yeah, that tastes so good? Because it's like just like giving your body what it needs, right? It's the sustenance, it's the nutrition. So from here, if you want to just start massaging your body wherever you feel you need it, you want to even just massage like even just on the underside of your arms, even in like, I want you to massage, this is going to sound funny, I want you to massage somewhere today that you've never massaged before, like never, and maybe that's like your earlobes or something like that. Maybe it's like the weird spot underneath your chin or something. Maybe it's like the back of your head. Again, maybe it's like literally your armpit. We were doing this before, and I know that sounds funny. It's like, wait, what? Massage your armpit? But there's like there's like lymph nodes and stuff in there, and if you like get like deep just into massaging there, not too hard, just enough to just be able to like send it some love. Again, what we're doing here, we're just like opening up the blood vessels, we're getting things flowing. And so again, as we're just massaging here, I want to just be able to take a moment again to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. And for those who may be here for the first time, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm slowly becoming TikTok famous. That was all part of the plan. But in doing so, we're also inviting more people to be able to join in. So there's like, like quite a bunch of people who have discovered me on TikTok thanks to putting stuff out there, and now here they are joining us in once again. So if you're here from TikTok, huge bonus shout out to you, and go ahead and send me a direct message if you are. So just keep massaging your body. We're gonna make our way down to our hips, make our way down to our feet. And as you're doing this, begin just by connecting with the breath. So again, just continue to practice breathing. A big part that we do within this practice is I'm just massaging my back. You can massage, like literally you can put your knuckles like that and just kind of go in, or just kind of even some fists and just kind of roll it around a bit. You know how to do this. Like, you know how to do this. And if you think you don't know how to do this, then now's a great opportunity to practice learning how to do this. And what is it that we are doing? Again, we're learning how to take care of ourselves. Here in this age where suddenly like touch has become this foreign thing for a lot of us, now is a great time just to be able to learn what it's like to be able to take care of ourselves physically through massage and everything like that. So I'm just working through my legs. So again, state the obvious. Well, first of all, I'll just say, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Brendan. I'm the director and captain amongst captains for the project Paradigm Shift Central. This is a project all about building a global team of shifters, light guardians, light workers. This is a project about helping inspire people to choose to be the change they wish to see. And so when we do these meditation practice, and right now I'm just massaging my foot. For those of you on like YouTube and Instagram, massage the bottom of your foot. Massage your soul, right? It's crazy that why do we call the foot the soul, if not the fact that it's like literally connected to all the meridians in the body. But again, the intention behind this broadcast is multifold. Multifold, is that a word? There's multiple aspects to this broadcast. The most important thing about this broadcast is to just be able to create space for us to come together as a community, and to be able to smile. Like, that's the thing. If you literally just come in here and just the entire broadcast, if you're just like sitting there, you're just like, I'm not even gonna do anything. I'm just gonna watch this and I'm just gonna smile. Like, that's okay too, right? But again, when we do this, as I'm just massaging my foot here, so again, you're massaging whatever part of your body you feel is calling to you in this moment, that you feel needs a little bit of attention. But again, the reason behind us doing this is to be able to like develop routine, develop ritual, develop discipline. All of these things are incredibly important. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start off just with like the physical massage. And then we're going to practice dropping into like mindfulness. We're going to practice filling ourselves up with love, so to speak. And then from there, we're going to go into physical, like body movement meditation. Then from that into sound exercise meditation, like vocalizing, roaring. And then from there, we go into our chakra practice meditation, which is like an ancient practice, which again is used for being able to help like activate the chakras and being able to help like energize the energetic body, our aura. And also from there, being able to tap into our latent superhero abilities, such as telepathy and clairvoyance, and being able to like feel things from the future before they arrive in the present moment. So as we're just massaging here, again, we're going to work our way up to the face. I'm just massaging my foot right now. So again, I hope if you're tuned into this, at this moment, it's just kind of like chilling and talking, but at the same time, we're just like casually massaging. So just massage wherever you need it. Even just massage on your hands. If you have one of these from me or something similar, like this is a crystal clay massage one. I've made a bunch of these. I still have a few available. But if you just use one of these on your palms, but you don't need one, you can just literally just massage with your palms, with your thumb, and just dig into your hand. Give your hand a massage. And again, as you're massaging every part of your body, express gratitude for it. So just be like, thank you, hand, for doing... thank you, fingers, for finging. I don't know why they call them fingers, man. It's not like they fing. Oh, wait, there they go. Simpsons joke. Anyways, so... as we're just massaging, I'm just massaging my hands here. A big thing that I want to just be able to take note of, and this is like huge, the global meditations that took place on April 4th. Thank you so much, everyone, for just being aware of them, for adding your energy, for coming back here. And again, like, that was huge. That was so huge. And the big thing was, it's not just the initial event, it's the ripple effect of the event, and it's the continued routine and discipline that we cultivate together as a team. So now this is like a continuation of that ongoing meditation. Moving into, I'm just going to do my shoulders, and I'm going to move into my neck here. And again, as we're just doing a massage, we're just like waking up the meridians. So again, by the time you do all this meditation, you're going to feel like more awake, more alert, more like energized, more in a place of grace and synchronicity throughout your day. It's tuning your instrument, sharpening your sword. Massage your face here. And again, like the face, if you massage your face, you're like massaging your entire body. Like, all the meridians are connected back to the face. So you can like literally massage different organs by massaging the face. It's crazy like that. It's like holographic, right? Who would have thought? Plot twist. But again, with the global meditation that has taken place, like, now it's so cool because we're seeing so many people starting to realize how beneficial mindfulness is, how important it is, and how powerful it is. And so shout out to everyone who took part in the global meditation. Even if you did it in your own way, that's totally cool. And thank you again for being here and for continuing this. And so again, as we do this, as we do these meditations, this is a way for us to practice coming together as a team, and to practice getting good at dropping into that meditative space. Like, this is the idea, is that meditative space, that heart-centered space, like, that's where we can tap into 0 point. We can tap into the field. We can plug our intentions into the grid. The reason why we practice that is so that we can get good at tapping into that space, opposed to being like, oh, like, you know, like, oh, it takes like an hour to get there or something, right? Like, what if you can get there literally in like 3 breaths? What if you can just like drop into that place and just like, and we'll do that in a second. So again, just massaging your face here. We're just going to do a little bit of EFT tapping. Oh, thank you again, everyone, for just making this a part of your routine. And if you are tuned in here, I really, again, I invite and challenge you to do this regularly, you know, to join in. If you can join in Monday to Friday, keep doing that. Keep doing that. If you have the ability, if you have the, you know, the time, if you're not too busy, please feel free to do that. And again, you can always check out the recordings afterwards. So just doing a little bit of tapping here. And there's another thing I want to say with the global meditation, and I'll say that in a second. But as we're just tapping here, so again, when we're tapping here, we're gonna speak mantras. We're going to speak mantras of empowerment. And when we do this, this is what's known as emotional frequency tapping. This is a very, very cool practice where when we do this, we're like encoding intentions into our field, into our mind, and we like associate it with like feeling good and energized, like emotions and everything like that. So as we're doing this, as you're just tapping yourself, I want you to just start speaking mantras to yourself, and do this like not just now, do this like at any point. So again, as we're doing this, you can just say to yourself, you can just say like I am inspired, I am empowered, I am disciplined, I am courageous, I am refining my will, I am evolving every day, I am showing up with humility, I am putting forth my best effort, I am open to learning, I am working on my weaknesses and my strengths, I am connecting with community, I am a valuable part of the bigger story, I am a hero within my own journey. So again, you can just, if you want to repeat literally what I've kind of said there, just kind of in your own ways, but again, just kind of use your own words. You can just tapping in the shoulders, I am a light guardian, I am a shifter, I am here to be able to help assist with the shift in consciousness, I am bringing forth ancient wisdom into a modern era, I am a bridge between worlds, I am magic within this realm. Wow, beautiful. All right, we'll just do that just for a couple more seconds. I am inspired, I am calm, I am centered, I am a dreamer awakening within the dream. I am an artist, I am a heartist. I love that word, heartist. So beautiful. I am taking care of myself, and I am grateful for this practice. So thank you. I'm telling you, thank yourself for showing up to this practice, right? So I appreciate you guys being here. It does help me because, again, like, it creates a place of accountability where I'm just like, okay, like, I've told them I'm going to do this, so I'm going to keep doing this, and it creates a routine for me. Even if I wasn't broadcasting this, I would still be benefiting from just being in, like, this routine myself. So now we get to do this routine together. So that's awesome. So I want you to just be able to take a moment here. We're going to begin just, like, dropping into our heart space, dropping into our breath. So just slow it down a bit. Just bring yourself into that place where you can just breathe a little bit deeper. And so as you're here, as you're breathing into this space, just allow yourself to tap into the shared vibration, to co-regulate with the vibration that right now, like, I'm like holding space for, to make it easier for all of us to just be able to breathe into the space. So as you're breathing here, I want to be able to share with you a very, very interesting, very powerful idea. Going back to the idea of the global meditation. First of all, I want you to be open to the idea that that feeling that took place, like, that is something that we can tap into. We can return back to that. We can activate that. Very, very simple, very powerful. So just continue to breathe here. As you're just listening to my voice, you're just feeling it, like, easier to relax, easier to drop into this place of stillness. But there's another very powerful idea. A lot of you would have probably heard or seen, there's this graphic going around of the Schumann resonance, like the measurements of energy within the electromagnetic field of the earth. And it synchronized with the global meditation. Right at the time we were doing it, it like, boom, went off the charts. It went up to like 70 or 80, which is quite a bit. And so what's interesting within that is that people are just like, yo, okay, this is, keep breathing here. This is like evidence of the fact that, like, when we collectively, like, put our intentions into the field, things happen. Like, there's a cause and there's an effect. And this kind of like primes the energetic atmosphere. It makes things more accessible. It makes things more potent. It makes, like, ideas, like, more, like, at the ready for us to be able to utilize. But there's another idea here that I think is so cool. And it's the idea of understanding that, opposed to just thinking that we were the cause of the increase in the Schumann resonance, what if the Schumann resonance was already going to be doing its thing and we just happened to synchronize with it at that time? Now, that's one side of it, but I think it's a little bit of both. I think it was like both the Schumann resonance happening and both us affecting the Schumann resonance. My point here is I want you to start opening up more to the idea of how non-linear time is and how empowering that idea can be. Where we start to understand, and this is like, I've had this concept and, like, I've seen the world like this for a while, but I know not everyone does, And as you breathe here, I just want you to like kind of check in with yourself and just kind of like feel any sort of truth to what I'm saying. But again, it's this basic idea that the future affects the present and the present affects the future. Where we are right now, we are at a point where we're not just moving into a blank emptiness. The future or the futures exists, and we receive ripples from the future into the present moment. And so, what if, this is a powerful idea, what if on a bigger scale, the future exists and it is one where you are empowered. You are like your greatest self. You are like so like clear and strong and in your heart and just like doing what you are here to do, whatever that may look like. And that future exists. And what you are going through, what we are going through collectively, because your story is our story. And just keep breathing here. If you want to close your eyes, that's totally fine. As you just kind of like listen here, because I want to be able to tell you something like very powerful, something that's going to help you kind of structure your story a little bit more. What if, in order to get to that future, the future that is there for your highest growth, that already exists, it is the one where you're just like the most badass version of yourself, that future ripples back into what we acknowledge as the present, and what we experience as the present is the pathway towards that future. And we have to trust that that pathway, that present, at times will be challenging, at times will be hard, and yet that in itself becomes the catalyst. That in itself becomes the great crucible through which we are transformed through the fires. And so whatever it is that we're going through, I want us to be able to hold this idea of deeply trusting in our heart that what is happening right now on earth is literally for the highest transformation of consciousness. Now understand that does not mean it will always be easy. That does not mean we will always be happy. But it will help us experience things in deep ways. It will help us experience things in empowering ways. It will help us experience things in challenging ways so that we can see ourselves rise. So that we can look back and say, wow, I made it through that and I can make it through anything. And so I collectively invite us to hold that vision of like understanding that there are futures, that there is a future that exists. Where it's like calling the earth into its highest transformation. And it's rippling back. And what we acknowledge as synchronicities and intuitive guidance, that's us meeting the ripples of that future in our present moment. And so with the global meditation, it's a fascinating idea to think that yes, we affected the Schumann resonance, but also the Schumann resonance affected us. It brought both moments into the synchronized experience that we saw as a global meditation. We just happened to do it then in conjunction with astrological stuff and everything like that. So as you breathe here, I just want you to be able to trust in your heart that there are pathways before you. And this is where like the purpose of this whole meditation, why we're doing this, your ability as a human is to get good at intuitively being able to align with those pathways, of intuitively being able to listen to the wisdom of your heart that will help guide you through, and being able to drop into the courage and the strength that will help lead you through anything. And so, what happens when we as humans stop avoiding challenges, but instead begin to, in some ways, welcome them, embrace them? And I'm not to say we're always looking for them, but there's a hack within your reality where if you start bringing in healthy stress, such as cold showers and exercise and, routines, creating things like this, the universe will start clearing a path for you. If you avoid stress, then the universe will throw stress at you and be like, oh, you haven't had a good challenge in a while. Here's a pop quiz. But if you're just like constantly creating healthy stress for yourself, the pathway begins to become much more graceful. And so through the practice of us just showing up, we're creating an opportunity for us to like really get good at kind of aligning with that story, trusting the process, but also trusting our ability to be able to rise through the process into our highest good. And so all of this, it does not mean you just sit back and things just happen. It means you meet the universe halfway, because that is your free will. Your free will is your ability to walk away at any moment, to say, I quit. This is too much. I'm doing something else. And if you do that, there's still meaning in that choice. So no shame, no shame. But each challenge is an opportunity. Each challenge has its own wisdom, its own gift. And so collectively, right now, can we feel the ripples of the future calling us forward? And what does that future look like? What does it feel like? And that's where we can practice feeling it within our heart. And that's what we're going to do in the next moment. So if you want, you can just take a drink of water here if you need it. We're going to practice dropping into our heart. Thank you everyone again for your comments on Facebook and YouTube. All right. So what we're going to do here, again, we are going to practice dropping into our heart space, dropping into the like the delta and the gamma brainwave state. That's a whole nother thing we'll talk about for another day. But once you start getting familiar with like the brain waves, the brain states, you can start identifying. You can start being like, okay, I'm in alpha right now. Alpha is kind of like, you know, like kind of like quick decision, almost like survival, and then you move into like delta and gamma, and you move into delta and gamma, and it's very much like kind of like this like Zen state, Neo from the Matrix. So we're gonna get good at moving into that delta state, into the gamma state. And you do that by understanding that you are the alchemist and you control your physiological structure through your breath, through your will. So we're going to do that in the next moment. So from here, I just invite everybody, go ahead, close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes with me. And then from here, gently begin by connecting with your breath. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Gentle inhales. And gentle exhales. And as you continue to breathe here, just observe the moment when the inhale meets the exhale. When the exhale meets the inhale. As you breathe here with each breath, your body just allows itself to become more relaxed, to be able to move into this place of stillness, to be able to be here in the place of your heart. And as we continue to breathe here, it is from this place that we can deepen our practice, that we can focus our mind, that we can envision our future. And so even just straighten up your spine just by 0.5 centimeter. As you breathe here, we're gently just going to fill ourselves up with love. So as we tap into this space, I want you to feel the idea of tapping into source 0 point energy, whatever you want to call it. In the same way you can receive energy from the sun, you can also receive energy from the inner sun, from the light that is inside of you, from the space that is all around you. Call it prana, call it what you will. We've known about this throughout existence. And so over the next few moments, before we move into the next part of our meditation, as you observe the shift in the feeling throughout your body right now, feeling yourself just in this calmness, this This place of stillness, this place of presence. Become familiar with it. Identify the texture of it, the flavor of it. And it is within this space that we allow our nervous system to relax. We allow ourselves to be in our heart. We allow ourselves to be present with our breath. And so if you want to put your hands on your heart here, gently, we're just going to imagine ourselves just filling ourselves up with love, filling ourselves up with light. So it's almost like filling a cup of water. And in the same way, you can kind of visualize as you breathe here and straighten up your spine, you're just like filling yourself up, even from the crown, if you want to visualize it this way. Just this beautiful golden silver white light just kind of like moving down through your body, just pouring all over you, filling your entire vessel. And at the same time, another way that we do this is by imagining and focusing on the flame within our heart, the sacred heart. And so you can visualize this white light also coming from the center of your chest and moving out through your chest. Again, this beautiful white golden energy moving out through your chest. And understand that it is through your use of your imagination that you actually direct this energy. You create the pathways for it. So visualize this energy coming from both the crown, from both the root, and from the inside. So it's kind of like coming in from all directions. And so as you breathe here, feeling this white light move through your body, as it does, just sending any sort of warming sensation, tingling sensation through the spine. Visualizing this energy, this golden white beautiful energy just moving through your arms, down to your fingers, down your hips, to your toes, all the way up your spine, around your head. Beautiful. For those of you who are familiar with activating your avatar self, your avatar form, again, this is a visualization of imagining yourself as you would see yourself as like a badass cosmic superhero. Kind of your vision of yourself if you're like in a fantasy video game or a character from a fantasy movie, embodying the magic that you are. You are the bridge between this realm and others for more magic to be brought into this world. So with the next breath, deeply inhale, and on the exhale, with a snap of a finger, you can literally activate into this avatar form as you see like white light just kind of expanding like a flash of light. And so as you do this, you practice kind of like merging your 5D consciousness with your 3D identity, understanding that you are both. And so that's kind of where we are right now as a collective. We're moving beyond purely our association with our 3D identity. And it's not to say you have to get rid of that. I think that's a very important part. That's the character you've chosen to play. And yet that character is constantly transforming. And part of that transformation is the synergistic merging of your 3D dimensional identity and your 5D dimensional awareness. This is what I feel is where we are evolving to. We are not here to simply leave this earth plane or to ascend into a 5D dimensional reality, as some speak of, which is totally cool. That's one way of putting it. I, for myself, I feel the path for many of us is to be aware of these higher dimensional realms and then to simply merge them, to bring in that awareness and to still be present within the 3D form so that we can create with even more intention, really show up in some powerful ways. And so in these next few moments, I want you to use this space to be able to start tapping into the future, to start encoding your future. And I want you to do this literally just by practicing visualizing what you want today to be like, what you want today to feel like. And you can get as specific as you want. If you don't feel you can get specific, just focus on a feeling. Yet be realistic. Don't be like, oh, I want to go out and watch a movie at the movie theater. Like, be realistic. focus within the realms of your story right now. And so maybe that means, oh, okay, like I'm going to do more things to really nurture myself, to really take care of myself. I've got a lot of time right now and I can literally focus it on myself if you're in a position to do so. So what do you want today to feel like? How do you want to feel by the time you go to sleep tonight? As you feel into that, as you visualize that, as you focus on that, allow that to be in your heart and allow it to help guide you with grace throughout your day. And so again, maybe it's as simple as like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to go for that walk later today, or I'm going to read that book, or I'm going to do some gratitude journaling, or I'm going to work on some art, or maybe I'm going to do some cool social media posts or do a live broadcast later. What can you do today to serve you? And so as you do this, just allowing yourself to step into that place. Call it discipline, call it will, call it alignment. Allow yourself to feel that path before you. And then from here, I want you to begin simply visualizing what you want the rest of your week to feel like, what you want the rest of your week to be like, again, within the realms of realistic context. I want you to commit right now, if you feel called, to making this week as powerful as you can, as transformational as you can. Does not mean that it'll be something that will be like, you know, super, super, super incredibly challenging, but like find that middle path, the path of like joy and grace, and yet also discipline and will. One that is going to nurture you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So maybe that means even just like taking a hot bath later. Maybe it means finishing a shower cold, creating a little bit of willpower. Maybe it means watching a sunset, connecting with nature. Maybe it means watching like a really meaningful movie for you, something that's going to inspire, something that's going to nurture you. And then from here, as you continue to breathe here with each inhale and exhale, just aligning and creating these pathways, connecting to these pathways, visualize what the next month is going to look like for you. And I know you don't have all the answers to that, but I want you at the very least set forth the intention of what do you want to feel like in a month from now. And I want you to be able to feel the idea that in a month from now, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, whoa, like I'm glad I showed up. And I feel more me. I feel like more in my heart. I feel like more in my grace. I feel more in my warrior archetype, in my light guardian archetype. I feel inspired. I feel more connected to the grid. I feel like I know more of what I'm capable of doing. So really feel like a month is a long time. There's a lot of transformation that can take place through that. So just feel. What do you want to feel like in a month from now? And as you literally take the time to do this practice, you're creating that connection to the pathways. What I was saying, like the futures, it's not like you're just projecting into the unknown. Like, no, you are listening to the futures that are already there. And this is the practice. You can get good. You can get good at being like a non-linear being that exists in the future, and to get good at listening to those pathways with your heart and allowing yourself to move through them with grace. This is your birthright. This is your ability. And so allow yourself to feel the pathways that are going to allow you to show up, to continue to rise into your best self. And believe me, you already are your best self. Your imperfection is your perfection. And so a big part of this, as we just get ready to conclude this part of the meditation, is acknowledging, even right now, acknowledging what our strengths and our weaknesses are. And to not shame ourselves. Again, the term weakness is a very subjective term. The term weakness is literally just another way of saying, oh, like, that's a place where I could probably put more focus on. And what would happen if I were to do that, you know? So maybe your places to put more focus on are, a little bit more discipline. Maybe it's changing your diet a bit. Maybe it's making sure that you don't stay up all night. Maybe it's finishing off your evening by turning off your cell phone and just meditating and reading for an hour and getting a good sleep. Maybe it's making sure that you get out and socialize with nature, socialize online, get some fresh air. You must treat yourself like you're beloved. You are responsible for your vessel. And when you treat your body well, your body will treat you well. And so as we continue to do this, we're also creating opportunities and pathways for us to continue to drop deeper into the space, to be nurtured from the space, and to continue to pour our intentions deeper into the grid for us to be able to show up. And why we do this, it's not just for us. It's for the leadership, the impact, the vibration, the story that we emit, and we invite others to do the same. You are here to lead, but be your own leader first and foremost, even when no one's watching. Align with that virtue. You are tuned into this broadcast because you resonate with a very powerful archetype. The archetype of the shifter, of a light guardian. Those of us who continue to work on our own paths of transformation so that we can continue to show up for others, so that we continue to show up and lead the way. Do you feel that? That's simply here to be you, and your journey is one of learning, is one of lessons, as is all of ours. And that in itself is perfect, in knowing that that is the path. So allow the future to be rippling through your heart right now. And we'll just take a couple more moments here. Allow that feeling of what you want the rest of the month to feel like. Best idea to think like, oh, like I just want this entire month to be like super, super easy. No, like you're setting yourself up for unexpected challenges if you do that. Instead, have the courage and the willpower to be like, where can I intentionally challenge myself? Where can I expand my boundaries? Where can I put myself in situations I'm not entirely familiar with in order for me to grow? That is what you need to do if you wish to grow. And it is a path of both exhale and inhale, of expansion and rest. So do not think that you always need to be challenging yourself, but when you do, you also get good at resting. So that's another intention you can set for yourself, to get good at expanding and resting, and expanding and resting. So take a couple more breaths here, deep gentle inhales here, deep inhales. Beautiful exhales. The future is already here with you in the present. Feel it in your heart. Let the feelings guide you. Let the intuition guide you. You will move through those pathways with grace. So as you conclude this part of the meditation, just conclude it with gratitude. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank the team for being here. Thank all of us for holding this energy, for holding this space. Take one more deep, gentle inhale here, and on the exhale, when you're ready, slowly you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and return your awareness to the space around you as you continue to remind yourself and become familiar with what this space, this feeling feels like, the texture of it, as you know that you can return back to it. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Good job, team. Whew. All right. So with that said, we're going to stand up in the next moment. We're going to do a little bit of physical, and then we're going to go into our chakra practice meditation, and we're going to wrap it up for the day. So again, I thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, for being here. Just really, really appreciate everybody doing the work. And yeah, like, these simple practices, these go a long way. So again, thank you for taking like a little bit of time out of your day and listening to this when you can. and for just like doing the work and connecting to the inspiration, for all of us practicing plugging in together. And this is just like scratching the surface. There's so much more that we are doing as a team, and in this dimension and other dimensions. So meet up at the dream tree, the astral tree, the tree of life. Go listen to the new dream class if you're curious to hear more about that. But yeah, allow yourself to continue to like feeling the feelings will guide you and everything like that. So super cool, super powerful. You're doing great. I see you, I honor you, I love you. All right, so thank you for being here. Simply by watching this video, you're like receiving like ancient energy to inspire your spirit. Much love, much love. All right, let's stand up, get a little bit of exercise. Stand up if you are able. If you prefer to stay sitting down, totally cool. All right, I was saying to a few people, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like I used to teach seniors yoga class. Like I'm sure you could visualize that, right? So beautiful. All right, now that we're standing here, we gotta just like, we're at this point, we're just like bringing movement into your body. So even like yesterday, you know, like for myself, how did I spend my day? I spent my day just like being in nature, sitting down by water, moving my body, being in the sunlight. Again, doing all these things to just like nurture your vessel. And as you nurture your vessel, you're like creating like more of the energy that's going to serve you, and like tapping into the inspiration, tapping into you taking care of yourself. Like just, my goodness, think of like how in our heart, and how powerful all of us who are tuned into this broadcast will continue to be over the next few months, especially as we continue to just like show up for practices like these and other broadcasts and all sorts of stuff. So again, just from here, just shake it up a bit. We're going to do some deep inhale exhales, and for those of you who have tuned in for the first time, what we're going to do here, this is very powerful. We're going to do exhale, and then we're going to make a noise. We're going to be like, we're going to shake it out. This is very, very important. This is like shaking off any energy. So maybe on the weekend, if there was like energy that like felt like it was building up and stagnating, now's the time to like shake it out, clear it out. This is like so simple, but it's going to help you so much throughout your day. So I'm just going to take a drink of water here, and then we're going to do that. All right, so follow my lead. Deep inhale, exhale, shake it out, and be like, so inhale. All right, get those sillies out, or get those sillies in, whatever works for you. You're gonna do that again. Deep inhale. Again, this is like ancient medicine. Like they would do this like thousands of years ago. Movement medicine, sound medicine, so important. A lot of that stagnation, built up energy, it stays in our body, but we can move it, we can release it physically through movement. All right, deep inhale again. Beautiful. All right, good job. All right, from here, just add like a little bit of movement into your body. Again, I kind of want you to like start tapping into the idea that like within you is like this like ancient martial arts master. So you can just kind of like find like a bit of a rhythm right now as you're just like moving your body in a way that's like a mix between martial arts and dance. And one way that you can like easily practice doing this, if you bring like a tennis ball with you, a great way, as I was saying, to kind of like practice tapping into the future is to do, you can experience this like immediately with like a practice of like doing a little bit of martial arts and tennis ball tossing. As simple as that sounds, but like what you can do right here is you get into a flow state, and as I'm doing here, just again, bring movement into your body, move into your body, dance, bring a little bit of flow into your body, pretend you got like an energy ball in your hand. For those of you who've been doing this before, you're starting to get better at it. Like you're noticing yourself just kind of like becoming familiar with it, and you're just like, ooh, okay, yeah, I can do this. But what I was saying is that in the same way I was talking about the idea of like feeling the information from the future, this is like Jedi training. If you use a simple tennis ball, you'll find yourself getting into this idea that you don't have to like think about catching the ball. All you have to do is create the grace where you arrive in the future where you catch it. I know that sounds a little bit funny, but like seriously, like you can experience this. So like when I'm like in a flow state, like I'm not thinking about catching the ball. like all I'm doing is just like allowing my body to just like naturally show up. It's when we get out of our own thoughts that we can allow ourselves to just kind of arrive in the present. So in the same way we can practice this like in a single second with a tennis ball or something like that, or any sort of like simple exercise, toss a stick up and catch it in the air, we can allow ourselves to do this. So like, again, you saw that, like I'm not like, it's muscle memory, but it's also, again, just kind of allowing myself to like be in that place where the muscle memory can take care of itself. Your body is incredibly intelligent, and when you allow yourself to kind of like be in your heart space, your body will like naturally know like what to do, as crazy as that sounds. So again, I'm just going to toss this here just a couple more times. So find that Jedi flow. Allow yourself to like feel what it's like existing in the future. Again, literally just by tossing a tennis ball. The next step with that, once you can like really evolve it, it's to like close your eyes and do it, which is like still something I'm working on. You can like literally be like, oh, I kind of caught it. Oh, I kind of caught it again. Whoa, no, not that time. All right. Okay, shake it up a little bit. We're going to do some like fire breath, and then we're going to do some dragon breath. All right. And then we got to wrap it up and move into our chakra practice meditation. All right, so from here, add a little bit of a bend to your knees if you're standing and able. And then from here, what we're going to do, we're going to like put our hands like kind of like this, like in a, like kind of like put them in a position where it's like kind of like something that feels cool for you. And then we're going to breathe in, and then on the exhale, we're going to go, and we're just going to like pump this energy, and this energy is going to move through our body. And then you're going to do this, and you're going to like actually start feeling yourself like almost like starting to sweat. So again, this is like activating the body. So from here, you can just put your hands kind of how you want them, and deep inhale. Follow my lead, exhale. Do this again, inhale. Two more times, inhale. Oh, I choked on my own saliva. Wrong windpipe. That's never happened. Oh, God. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time for myself. Hopefully, if you need to do it, go for it again. There we go, that's better. Okay. Alright, finish it off with a little bit of a lion's roar. This lion's roar, again, you can just keep shaking your body at any movement. Lion's roar, what we're going to do, it's going to be a deep, big inhale, and then on the exhale, it's going to be like, roar, or dragon's roar, as we also call it. So again, from here, you can use this as a moment to be able to like release any sort of like anger, frustration, and again, honoring, like I've said this before, but like your anger is love in disguise. We often have this idea that it's like, oh, I'm not allowed to be angry type thing, but it's your relationship to your anger. Your anger is there because you deeply care, because you care. You see an injustice. You see something that you want to correct. You care. So let your anger kind of like be expressed in this moment as sacred love. So again, in this moment, we're just going to breathe in, then we're going to go, rah! And this is a vocal exercise, a medicine. So deep inhale together, nice big dragon roar. Inhale. Shake it up a bit if you want. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Beautiful. Bring yourself to stillness. Bring yourself just standing here. Put your palms out. Just breathe here just for a moment. Slow it down. Feel what your body feels like. If you've done all that, you're going to feel like you might almost be sweating right now. Soft exhales. Just take a moment here to breathe. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently bring yourself back down to seated. I don't know what you guys are sitting on. I know some of you are sitting on exercise balls. I don't know if like you're sitting on chairs or what. I never really think about that. Maybe you're sitting on a bed. Maybe you're not even sitting at all. I don't know. But if you can get like an exercise ball, that's a great way to do it. Okie dokie. All right. We're going to move into our chakra practice meditation. I'm not going to be able to explain the full depths of this one. Sometimes when we do these broadcasts, the timing's a little bit different. Sometimes it's like 20 minutes for the chakra practice meditation. For today, it's only going to be like 8 minutes. But we're going to do this really fast. If you want the cheat sheet for the chakra practice meditation, send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook. What we're going to do here, the chakras, again, when we work with the chakras, it's a way to be able to like spin these energetic discs. It's a way to be able to like exercise them like a muscle. These energetic discs, what I was talking about earlier, they literally receive information from beyond the present moment, from the future. So as we work on spinning these, this is where we start opening up into the idea of kind of like feeling the future more. So again, like everything that I'm talking about is like all connected. And again, like this is just me logically just being like, okay, if we do this, this, and this, then that's going to allow us to be like more in our grace and more in our ability to tap into the future and more in our ability to be like Jedis and ninja and stuff like that. So that's why we're doing this. And thank you for those of you who are just like, yo, this makes a difference, this helps, and again, even if it's just a smile. So, ha 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 ha. Won't have time for laughter yoga today. Alright, this is going to be a quick one. Follow my lead. We're going to move through brow, the sound E, throat, A, heart, O, pulmonary, Ah, solar, U, sacral, root, S. Follow my lead. We're going to work through them one at a time. I apologize. We only have a few minutes left on the broadcast, so. Brow chakra, serenity, follow my lead. Deep inhale. Exhale, E. Throat chakra, A. Heart chakra, compassion, O. Pulmonary, connection with your ancestors, Ah. Solar, U, willpower, temperance, Sacral, M, cultivation of sexual energy, practicing good relation with your sexual energy. If you're not cultivating your sexual energy, I highly, 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 highly encourage you to do so. It's just going to help you like activate more of your latent superpowers, your extrasensory abilities. Again, that's why we're doing this. Like we're doing this so we can like literally activate our like X-Men abilities. I'm not joking. All right. Inhale again. The sound Inhale. Root, the sound S. Patience, connect with the earth, branches to the heaven, branches to the earth. Inhale, S. Gonna go through them one more time, a little bit quicker this time. Follow my lead. Inhale, E. E. Tuning your instrument. Inhale, A. A. Inhale, O. Inhale, Ah. Focus on any feeling. Like again, as you do this more, you'll actually like feel the energetic portals like moving as you do this. You'll become more sensitive to the subtle energies. That's not even a quote. They're there. So you have your physical body, you have your energetic body. In the same way you can like feel your gut digesting food, you can feel your chakras like moving on an energetic level. Solar or sacral chakra, solar chakra. Inhale. This is all about like willpower, temperance. Inhale. Gut feeling, intuition. Sacral, M. Root, S. Let's go through one more time. We got another minute here. And again, if you're familiar with these, if you're coming familiar with these, do this like out in the sun. Like this is what I was doing yesterday. I was out in nature, like had the sun, close my eyes, do this, like do this. And again, like even if you're just like I don't notice any difference, like on an energetic level, stuff is happening. It's like massaging your energetic core in a lot of ways. So again, you do these chakra practice, it's going to help like enhancing your like your grace, your intuition, your clairvoyance, your inspiration, your ability to connect with your dreams, your synchronicities, like a lot of really, really important stuff that again is going to be very useful for us to show up as leaders. So follow my lead. We're going to do it really quick here. So inhale, E. E. Inhale, A. A. Inhale, O. O. Inhale, Ah. Ah. Inhale, U. U. Inhale, M. Inhale, S. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Connect with your breath. Feel what your body feels like. Compared to like, an hour ago. What does your body feel like right now? Probably feels like it's like a clean glass of water. It's the best way I can describe it. I posted before. Maybe it was like a little bit, cloudy or something. So you just feel a clearness, a cleanness. You can just kind of like feel your breath is clear. Your mind is clearer. And so just allow this feeling to be carried with you throughout your day. And literally at any moment through your day, you can tap into this feeling. Again, just with like a moment's notice, you can literally tap into that with one breath. You're going to get really good at bringing yourself into this space. And from this space, we can get like really clear at, again, kind of like listening to our heart to know what our next step is. So when you're ready, gently open your eyes. We're just going to wrap up the broadcast here. So again, allowing ourselves to kind of like merge with the ripples from the future. And when we work on our heart, when we work on these chakras, we get good at listening to our heart, which will allow us to be like able to like intuitively take those there, create healthy stress for yourself, cold showers, exercise, getting out, doing things, journaling, reading, turning off your social media, whatever you need to do, turning your attention inwards. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. ParadigmShiftCentral.com. Check out more on my YouTube channel, Skull Babylon, Mystic Spider-Man on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you value what we're doing here and you want to support monthly on Patreon, please feel free to do that. We're working our way up to 150 by the end of the month. We're currently at like 128-ish, give or take. So thank you again, everyone. And we're just finishing off a little bit of eye gazing here. And please send me a direct message with like gratitude and I'll reshare it to my Instagram stories. So if you're doing this and you like it, send me a message. So thank you to all the light guardians out there for doing your part, for allowing us to show up here at this round table so that we can share the power of our heart. And we will change this land through the magic as we continue to stand for the future of today. And my goodness, what a way. So until next time, finish it off with a wolf howl. I'll see you in the future. Ow, ow, ow. Have an awesome day. Much love. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Instagram. And thank you, Facebook.